Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Oh, man, it's getting warm. Let's see. Well, it's warm because I've got the heater turned on, and I just had to take a walk to the post office. So I got to take this off. Hold on here. Let's get my screen up at least. All right, and we'll do that. All right, let me take my sweatshirt off. Oh, much better. Okay, he's back. Oh, hey, Pamela. Happy Mardi Gras. That's right. They have a thing here in Pennsylvania called Fosnot Day, and then they have these special donuts you could buy. They're crazy. They're crazy good. All right, my name's. Let's start this off officially, right? Hi, my name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws, and this is our Tuesday edition of the Daily Draw. Every Tuesday, we get together, and in the Daily Draw, I have it set up that we do a different subject matter every day of the week. Monday, we do something that is natural. Tuesday, which is today, we do something that is man-made. Wednesday is portraiture. Thursday is character design, and Friday is something to do with animals. So I found this old antique kids tractor or toy car, and it has some excellent opportunities to practice drawing wheels and getting some just getting those ovals looking right. And I'm going to show you actually how we use the minor axis of an oval, and we will create a perfect looking wheel. Okay, so let's jump right into that. We are live, so if you do have any questions, please just throw them in the chat, and I will be more than happy to take a look at them. So, okay, so looking at this, let's just start to build this from a pure construction standpoint. I'm going to start with this flat. Let me show you what I'm going to start off with here. I'm going to start off with this. Look at this great rectangle here. You see that? That's what we're going to draw first, and then we will build everything upon that. All right. So let's give that a go here. So let's see here. We're going to get the right angle here. All right. And then we'll do something like this. All right. That gives me those two outers, and then I'm going to turn it slightly. Is that about right? No, a little bit more than that. That looks pretty good. And then we'll carry that over down here. Okay. Oh, this is the, look at that. Look at this. Already I've made a mistake. And I could show that to you because it's important. This, of course, this is going to converge down there. Those two lines look really good. But now this one, this looks good, but this one is going the opposite way. They're not converging. They're not going back to the same vanishing point. So I actually need to change this slightly to be more like that. All right, now those are going to converge at some point in the past out in the distance out there. Okay, so there's my base for myself right there. And I'm going to erase these little corners here so we don't get lost on that. Get this right, because if you don't have this, hey Sheridan, if you don't have this right, then you're going to go. Then it's going to get all horsey on you, and it doesn't have to be exact. Just kind of close, okay? All right. Let's go ahead and get this top part here. So I'm going to actually make this picture a little bit smaller here. And let me erase this here. Okay. All right. Here we go. We're going to come straight up here and also straight up there, right? And then look, top back here. Now, this is going back to the vanishing point. That is. Well, this is too. So go ahead and just slightly, converge it. You can see where I'm going with that. Now this is where I'm using visual markers for my proportion. Now look at this. This is interesting. There's the back corner. You see that? There's the back corner, and look at that. Look at that little bit. This is going to be how far back I could make a judgment call like that. You see that? So let's see. If that's the back corner, all right, it's going to be somewhere around here. So I'm going to come up. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay. Let's go ahead and get these wheels in, okay? Because this is the tricky part here. So first thing what I want to do is I'm going to start with the front wheel because those are the ones that are most obvious here. And first thing I'm going to do is draw this axle, and I'm going to draw it lightly. So it's going to follow along this line right there. So let's just okay, let's just put it in place. Now, if you happen to catch the last video regarding how to draw ovals, let's just say this is an oval, right? That is an oval right there. And that's the minor axis. That means it's the shortest distance across it. And we want A to be reflective of B. That's easy, right? And you could also have an oval that's, of course, much wider like this. But you always want to make sure A is reflective of B. And this is a little, looks more like an egg shape. But you get the idea, right? So when it comes to wheels, here's the fun thing is the axis, the axle of a wheel is also happens to be the minor axis. So as I draw my wheel along this, I want to make sure A is reflective of B. And watch, I will prove it to you. I'll show it to you right here. Look. You see how this... See how that is? So if we come down here to our picture, how do you get that front arch? Oh, that's a good question. All right, so if you wanted to, Pamela, that's a great question. So if you wanted to get real technical about it, let me do this. I'm just gonna erase this for a minute. I'll show you over here. Great question. I'm eyeballing that, but you could do it this way if you wanted to be a lot more accurate. So that's the front end right there. All right, I'm going to come up with that height right there. There it is there, right? All right, so that would be like getting the square up front. And then you could do this. And then you could run a line straight up the center there. And if that's the height of the arc, then you're going to just come in here like this. That would be taking a little bit more time to get that perfectly accurate. So in this case, with this front end here like this, and then we might come across like this. All right, let's get that X right there, straight up. And there we go. Okay. All right, let's keep going here. Good question. All right, so that is my axle right there. So I'm going to look at the picture, and from the picture I'm going to say, okay, my wheel is about that width right there. And what I'm looking at is this idea that it goes there, right, just like that. Okay, yours does look like tilted back, and it might be because these straights are not vertical. You may have tilted. They might be tilted back. So, for example, if they're like this, you see what I mean? You're going to get that. You're going to get that effect. So, Pamela, make sure that your verticals are straight up and down. Okay, so our wheel. So that we've got our wheelbase here. So now let's just draw an oval on this. Don't look at the picture on this. You got to really look at your oval and make sure that you are getting A is reflective of B. And now you could come back and do the other one. Let's see. So there's possibly one end there. And there's the other end, right? And there we go. I'm going to erase this here. Okay. All right, so then we've got this outer ring, and the same thing. And then we've got this inner ring just like that. Inner ring right there. All right, now we could come in here and draw that just a little bit more solid. All right, let's go to the back here and get this. Let's do that again. So let's see here now. This is I'm going to go with right there. Okay. I'm just looking at the width of my wheel. Before I do that, let's do this instead. Don't do that. I'm going to send you in the wrong direction. Let's get that axle in place. So I'm going to guesstimate, and I'm going to have to guess on this one, that the axle is right there, right? So that's what we're looking at for the axle. So the width of this is going to be just like that. Okay, here we go. Let's see how we do. Don't look at the picture. Just trying to get this wheel nice and round there. Get that oval in place. Again, what I'm aiming for is trying to get this to be reflective of this down here. A to B. All right, let's continue on here. Oh, wrong color. Okay, so now we've got this where the seat is coming up, right? Slight angle here. Now that little stick coming up, that is not the minor axis of that seat, okay? Because it's not the axle, and it's not even the minor axis. But this steering wheel, this little column, that is the minor axis. So we could turn this thing back around here, and again, we could set that up like that. All right, let's get this back wheel in here now. And once again, I could use this minor axis to help me draw this wheel correctly. Okay, it's going to line up perfectly with that big one there. So let's see here. I'm going to come in here. All right, so let's just try and look only at ignoring everything. I'm just going to draw right through everything so I can get that wheel just right. Wow. I just realized I made these wheels gigantic compared to the picture. That's okay. They're still drawn accurately. They just are they are much bigger in my drawing than they are in the picture. I'm going to put a little tone back here on this guy to help separate it. And then I'm going to use my eraser and erase this other part that is being covered. In fact, I'm going to come in here and erase a lot of these extra lines so I don't get completely confused. Because I don't need a lot of them anymore. A lot going on in this little simple toy, isn't there? Okay, now I can come in here and add a little extra detail. Let's just say, let's add some tone maybe to the inside here. right? This has a little bit of a bar here, right? This bar comes back here. It has this little lip. Looks like a little smokestack here. Let's curve the top of it. Fixing my seat up a little bit. And then I can come in here now and add some of this this flowering pattern here. And so, you know, I want to start with this as my, that's a guide. That's a good guide to have. And so then I'm also going to have this thing go straight up and down. And then I could just keep subdividing this down. It looks like they're like little petals or something, right? All right. I think that's going to be it. That is a good little exercise to practice drawing some circles in perspective using the minor axis or the axle, and this applies to every wheel possible out there. Okay, every wheel. So that's what I got. Let's see if there's any more questions. I'm here. Do please like and subscribe, do all that great stuff. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws, and this is the Daily Draw. Okay? Thanks for watching, everyone. And Sharon, thanks for chiming in. And Pamela, great question. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.